Fire Mastery increases its level by 1. Wildfire makes any ignite that it does spread, so when it runs at enemies, the fire will spread to the whole screen as long as it's in melee range of one of them. Elemental Army increases its resistances, and I don't think that's necessary anymore, so that's the one I want to swap out with something that will give it more damage if possible. Again, so look, I've got so many guys up here stuck. Very frustrating map for this build. Is there a way to check minion LE res, stuff like that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you hit, sorry, G, and next to any, summon, you click this little arrow, and there's a bunch of stats here. And so, like, I can see here's its resistances, here's armor, etc. And then you can, there's tabs for the other attacks and stuff too. Now, the temporary pets don't have that. It's like Unearth summons these little skelly dudes, these little bone guys. You don't get as much information on those, but most of it's pretty good. So, like, for example, if I summon Hound, I can see here the aura does damage as though it did 2,525 fire damage directly. If I take Meat Shield out, it goes to 1,600. So even though Meat Shield says it lowers damage and raises health, it's a massive net gain. So, very useful screen. Kind of reminds me, back when I played Diablo 2, there was a level called the Maggot Lair, and the tunnels were very narrow, like only one person could pass through the tunnels at a time, and if you're playing a Necro, your stuff would constantly get stuck, and you would have to, like, you run up to the enemy, town portal, and then come back through the town portal, and it would, when you come through the town portal, all your summons would be, like, on one spot, and use that to kill enemies, so you would burn a bunch of town portal scrolls getting through that stupid level because of that. Let's see. The top man said I could touch the beaker. Also, the seats would be much more comfortable if we just sat back with it. Happy holidays, welcome chat. Thank you, Audible Silence. Appreciate you. Welcome. And more. Who's developing that part of the site? I need to report something on there. I wanted to recommend Anno 1800, but while searching, it only shows the DLC on the drop-down menu. The person who sets up the site is Mael. That's M-A-E-L. On our Discord. He's the one that you can give feedback to if you see something wrong. I was just reading a DM someone sent me. I can answer that later. These things like phase in and out, so they can take a while to fully kill sometimes. Alright, that opens map up a bit more. Okay.
Yes.
Nothing to identify. Wow, what a what a dull map. All right, let's alchemy that. Yeah, probably shouldn't use good maps on those towers in the future. There's not a lot going on there. Let's see, what is this one? That's Expedition and Delirium. Wait, what is the Oasis? It's something else. Muck will never get rid of me and my puns. I wasn't trying to get rid of you or your puns. So far. Wait, what? What is going on? There we go. I know, because otherwise how else will you be enjoying disappointingly? Uh-huh. Yeah. Alright. Delirium. Alright, looks like the Delirium is moving south, which is actually perfect for me right now. Dude, I'm so tangled up in mobs right now. No! Stuck! I got 2 distilled thingies. Alright. Is there any loot back here? Not really. Definitely finding Delirium, just because this game is a bit slower paced than PoE 1. But maybe my build just sucks. I don't know. But I'm definitely finding Delirium a bit more difficult to get the rewards above the first tier. Let's see, I'm like, what are the most useful stash tabs to pick first? They are actually on sale. Currency is absolutely the top one for both PoE 1 and 2. second to that, and it's a pretty big drop after the first one, I would say would be the skill gems tab. I also have like the essence tab for PoE 2, but it's barely noticeable, honestly. If you got leftover points to spend, sure, but otherwise. Unique tab? Unique tab's alright, because unique tab basically gives you a storage spot for every unique in the game, so way later on that can be useful, but like, in my... How long have I played this so far? I've played 48 hours of PoE 2 so far, and I found like 6 or 7 uniques. So it's saving me 6 or 7, you know, items worth of space right now. But currency, #1 pick for sure. No question. That's a good move. That's a lot. Can I get a legendary starter kit from the Worldview Wizard's Vault every refresh? Yes. Every 3 months, there is a new Leggy starter kit there. However, it will have different Leggies in it each time. So the kits will not be exactly the same each time. Just to make sure that you understand. Died fast. Trying to mentally remind myself when the rare mob is about to die, just dodge away from it, just in case I don't blow up again. I see your skeletons of skeletons now, redefining the bone zone as we speak. What's up, Cap? Alright, what's Danik want?
Hail, hero! I knew I'd find you here. You've made it this far. Clearly you must have some talent. Care to lend your skills to a matter of honor? I'll sing of you.
Confident. Ugly.
She just call him ugly? It's kind of rude. Detonate. Unset ring.
Obey me.
Didn't know those were in this game. Dang it, I can't see what's hitting me. It's just like constant explosions. Ouch.
All part of my
I
plan.
think that's everything. What up, Manga Chats? How goes the grind? What's up, Vinceris? Good morning. It's going good. Currently in tier 3 maps. I need to bunker down for a minute and let my defenses charge again. Just giving ES a second. How's PoE 2 feel compared to PoE 1? Feels good. Like, obviously PoE 1 was out for 10 years. It had many more layers of complexity. It had like thousands of skill gems, stuff like that. So I'm missing, you know, many of those things, but being able to like move with WASD, I can move right while shooting left, I can dodge roll, I can actively block for 100% block chance, like those things feel really good. So I think like I am going to prefer PoE 2 once they finish, you know, hammering out the problems. Like the game crashed on me again yesterday and I lost a lot of time, which was unfortunate, but you know, early access. So once they finish hammering out the problems, I think it's going to be good. Like, I think I'm going to prefer this over the first game. I also enjoy that it's a bit slower paced, comparatively to PoE 1. I should probably do like a small video on this. Like my PoE 2 versus PoE 1, like my thoughts or something, because I get asked it a lot. I'm happy to answer the question, but I should probably record it and then I can just link it to people. You can get almost one shot a lot. To be fair, you can get one shot in both games. But yes, I would say you can get one shot earlier in PoE 2. That is absolutely true. Have you tried Last Epoch? Yes, I have. If so, how do you compare it between PoE 2 and Last Epoch? Last Epoch has a different system. Instead of having one overwhelmingly large skill tree that makes my wife vomit when she looks at this thing, Last Epoch has a small skill tree for every single skill. So I would say Last Epoch is much more easily digested for people who are new to action RPGs. The graphics of both games are wonderful. The sound design of both games is wonderful. I would say story, if you care about that. Most action RPG players don't care about the story, but I would say Last Epoch's got the better story. I find Path of Exile's story hard to follow, just the way that they deliver it. But they are both great games, and I definitely enjoy both games. But if you were like, you know, I'm new to ARPGs and that skill tree scares me, I would recommend Last Epoch or Grim Dawn to you. Christmas sub from Santa Bezos. Thank you, Nugget. Appreciate that. Did I finish? Oh, I did finish this map. Okay. Alright. I tried Grim Dawn, but I've heard nothing but great things about it. It's older. I forget what year it came out, but it's it's considered a little dated at this point. But in Grim Dawn, what they do is you pick 2 classes, and then you make a hybrid. And so you could just be a warrior, or you could combine a warrior with a necromancer and make something like a Death Knight, you know? And you could go 50-50, or 60-30, or 60-40, or, you know, 2/3, 1/3, whatever. You can kind of make your own thing. So it's the ARPG version of the Guild Wars 1 class system. Let's see.
Flame Wall.
Let's level that up. Got another one here. Get on Earth. Sun Artifact. I've seen that before. I think that goes with those. It's 1 additional skill slot. Don't know that I'm going to need to use unset rings, but I'll hang on to them for now. Contrary, actually, I've played PoE for many leagues and Grim Dawn for a long time, but Ellie actually made me get to Pinnacle because it felt like you should actually care about learning the bosses instead of blasting them away. Last Epoch? I mean, in Path of Exile, the super endgame, like, the bosses one-shot kill you if you fail to, like, god something, you know? So I feel like you definitely have to learn the boss fights in late-game PoE. But yeah, there's some builds that can, you know, people will make, like, ridiculous builds that'll just delete things for sure. Okay, I don't need that. Do that. Sorry for my ignorance, but is there anything notable about the story at all? I don't know why, but as soon as I start PoE, I just ooga booga'd and skipped to basically everything. The brief glimpses I read were, oh, bad guy, oh, good guy fight. I just want to know if I'm missing out or nay. In my opinion, I find the story of both PoE games hard to follow. Just something about the way they deliver it, I find it hard to remember what's going on. Like Blizzard, not a fan of D4, but I remember the entire story. They delivered it in like cinematics and cutscenes and voice acting and stuff like that. In this one, I know that there was an artifact that the hooded guy had, and a human stole it, and the artifact had a beast in it that he made long ago, and humans let it out, and they shouldn't have, and we're basically chasing this thing. And each time we come across it, it's a little bigger, and it's that fleshy monster in the cage that you keep seeing. So we're trying to chase this thing down and put it down, but it's like corrupting the land as it travels. Let's see. Do that one. My problem last Epoch is builds are spoon-fed to you. You can't mix and match stuff beyond what is already obviously made to work together. Can't mix and match stuff. I mean, each class has like 20 or 30 skills, and then you pick like 5 of them to put on your bar, and then you design those however you want. Like, if you have summon wolves, they could be ice wolves, or they could be wolves with, like, electric fur that just basically thorns damage, or they could be tanks, or they could just be DPS. Like, there's a lot of small customization you can do. But you are correct if you're just saying that, you know, PoE 1 has, like, more customization. Because, yeah, PoE 1 has, like, you know, thousands of skill gems and stuff. It's pretty insane. Can they be wolves with guns? That's Power World. This makes the second ANET GM I met in my time playing Guild Wars 2 now. Yeah, they play too. They run around. They already decided what wolves can do. Yeah, but it's like the skeleton warrior is a dude with a sword and shield. I can't make him fart lightning. You know, I can add a little bit of lightning damage to his sword attack, just like I can add a little bit of lightning damage to the wolf's bite attack. But I mean, yeah, like there are limitations. You know, in both games there's limitations. Like, I can't go to Skeleton Warrior and add a support gem for something that just doesn't make any sense with that at all. So, for that bit of feedback, like, I agree with you, the PoE has more customization. That's just, like, look at this thing. Oh my freaking god. And then you've also got, like, that's only the first skill tree. You've got this one too. And then there's also, like, the support gem system and stuff like that. I agree with that statement, but I don't really understand the feedback on they've already decided what that skill can do, because PoE decides that also. If you take the trait that gives your minions your amulet and use an amulet that can create a lightning bolt on crit, your warrior will shoot lightning. I said fart lightning, not shoot lightning. Like, make it come out the back of them. Now. And even then, they're only going to crit on a sword swing, so they're not going to shoot it from range. They're still only going to do it when they're swinging their melee weapon. So it's just going to be basically a buff to their melee attack. Also, I would not want to give my amulet up. Speaking of farting, what? Did you see the fart dart build that recently got nerfed? It wasn't a build, it was just gas explosions. Yes, you make a gas cloud, then you hit it with fire, and boom, it was way too much damage. And yeah, before I realized how strong it was, I was using that in the early game because these skeletal snipers fire gas clouds. And every time that they would fire a gas cloud and then I would ignite it, it would do like 2k damage. What I didn't realize is that it was, you could stack gas clouds. I didn't realize that until I saw some clips from other streamers, where they just stacked up like 30 gas clouds and ignited it and one-shot the boss, basically. But yeah, I saw they nerfed it, and it seemed like they had good reason to. Another expedition.
Itching for me to lose another limb, are ya?
Obey me.
For the Calder!
Expedition logbook.